Welcome back after a break. To give insight highlights point of MAEW for the past 6.5 days, may I invite Kun Premrudee Daoroung from Project SEVANA Southeast Asia, the co-organizer and the coordinator of MAEW 2021 to give a summary of MAEW. Kun Premrudee, your mic is off.
Thank you, Kanal, for the introduction. Probably I can just start. Today, we just finished the National Action Plan on the Business and Human Rights panel, which is, I think, is the last panel for the activity that being organized by our friends and alliance from different organizations within this Mekong-ASEAN Environmental Week. And this afternoon, we will get right into a very heart of the MAEW 2021 with the panel that title or the Redesign ASEAN. As I think you now have heard every single day of MAEW that we are having this title of Redesign ASEAN, People Voices in World Crisis. And we are coming to the final part, and because this afternoon the schedule will be very tight, so we made a decision to spend some 10 minutes here to explore, to review into what we have been through a little bit in the last 6.5 days actually. And first of all, probably I can inform you that in the past day, we have already been through the 19 panels with 77 speakers, which is actually a huge number, especially for the pretty small working team of MAEW 2021. I think this experience of having these so many panels, well, that's 19 panels is also including the 2 workshops. And of course, we cannot organize MAEW for sure without the support from all of our friends over the region. And we spent a few months now to invite and to work with all the co-organizers. And the result is just what you have seen through the screen in the past 6.5 days. As we were planning, I think I will start from probably sharing quickly, run through a little bit of what we have been through in the past 6.5 days. Of course, this MAEW 2021 organized by co-organized by around 13 co-organizers. As you can see the side in the lower part, and we divide our panel and workshop and activity into 3 main parts. The first part, the ASEAN and the world today. A very first day is the first part of MAEW. We start from trying to summarize the key issues of ASEAN, what was happening, what we think is a key problem and the issues that we have to take. Looking in a very, in a deeper way, we can say. So the very first panel we have is we invite both the senior activists and also our young activists from Cambodia. We have 4 people from 4 countries to speak. Then we pass to the panel Sharing the World with ASEAN, which we have heard more about the situation from where pretty far from us, from the COVID-19 situation in the Amazon area. We have heard about the blue economy and green economy. And then the final panel, we have heard from the representative from the embassies from the 3 countries and also the representative from the ASEAN Secretariat from Indonesia. And passing the first day of the ASEAN and the world, we start the part 2, which is the biggest part of MAEW 2021, the crisis and action, which I think we spent, I think it's for 3 days that we are within this part. We start from the very lively, the climate redesign with by the young climate activist group. And then we continue with the climate justice in ASEAN, and then end by the issues of how sustainable agriculture can tackle climate crisis. So this day of the Saturday 25th is the climate day actually. And then we move to another day of the highlight, which we start from the Myanmar issue, which is definitely the highlight for this year, or together with the COVID thing. We are talking about also the representative from the Myanmar, 2 of them, very lively, very fruitful and very interesting panel. Then we move to the one of the very key issues, the waste trade in Southeast Asia, and end by the food security. What happened with the food security in the region with COVID-19? Then after that, the 27th is the day of the land issue, which we covering from the land grabbing into the indigenous people and the redesign special economic zone, which is the land related issues as well. Then we pass to the issue of the hay pollution, the trade agreement and the policy, which is giving the negative impact to the people. And then the whole afternoon of the 28th, we spent in the Songkram River to talk about the Songkram River, which is the Mekong tributary, together with the Tole Sap issues. And then yesterday, we are entering into the part of the redesign ASEAN already. So we start from the issues of the power sector, government equity, and the sustainability of Thai power sector. Then this is in the morning, for the whole morning, and then in the afternoon we move to SLAP, one of the key matter of the region. Then final one, yesterday we are talking about the law, how the lawyer around the region working to help human rights and environmental protection. That's for until yesterday, and this morning, as we have heard about NAP. And of course, during the our 6.5 day, we also have the set of the music and film. We were very lucky to have the also the film together with the talk with the producer of the film and the people behind as well. We were talking about the river, which is mainly Mekong River, but we were able to compare also the river like Klamath River in the US and the plan to remove the dam from the river. We talk about the Orang Asli people and talking with the producer of the film from Malaysia. And we also have the original song from MAEW, specifically from the group from Khon Kaen province in northeastern Thailand. So more for today. I think we are going to have another probably more than 20 people in this afternoon with another 2 panels and the very final session of the reflection of the MAEW co-organizer will be for today as well at the end. So maybe I can just spend a few minutes to to raise the issue of our highlight. What I would like to mention, and I think our team this afternoon going to add into this as well. I think the highlight that we can mention, I think this year we're very lucky that we are able to invite more young activists to MAEW. I think most of the panel that happened in MAEW 2021 were trying their best to engage and invite the young blood and the ASEAN, Southeast Asia citizen, the activists, the climate young activists were involved very actively in the workshop and continue. We have our indigenous friends and also the local community which will speak to us this afternoon as well. And that's many more of the young people in MAEW than in the previous 2 years. And we also able to welcome more group, the very broad various group of the people in MAEW 2021, varies from the well-known politician, the embassy people, the ASEAN secretary, the human rights commissioners, the activists, the human rights environmental defenders, who someone we just heard of them by name from before, but never hear from them. And as I said, most importantly, we were able to engage the local community. We were able to be on the ground in Songkram River and listen to the people from there about the Mekong. And not only the panelists, now we also have a group of amazing moderators who are mostly the activists and also our media friends as well. And I have to mention the system of our translation. We have interpreter from Cambodia, Indonesia, translator from Burmese language, the Thai language, and we have the channel, almost 10 of them in Cambodia, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, live stream now 2021, including our Thai public broadcast service or the Thai PBS, who has been helping us since last year. So in combined, at the end of every panel, I think we cannot stop to congratulate each other because this came out with lots of very good content and also the contribution for all. I think the area that we have been covered are so many, from climate change, economic, political, democracy, labor, youth, indigenous, and women, so on, which was, I think, is a proof that what we were planning to do to make it clear that the so-called environment situation or issues in the region is not a single issue. Is linked to all of the key issues that are happening in the region. And I think lastly, what good about MAEW 2021 so far is that nobody has missed the panel yet. Our 77 panelists came on time and were able to contribute as planned. And there was no major problem except a short Zoom bombing that happened to us yesterday morning during the energy workshop, but we just spent quite a short time to put ourselves together and continue the workshop in a very good way. And I think, as I said, I think the more highlight will bring up by our co-organizer this afternoon. And I think lastly, I don't want to spend too much time for this, but lastly, I hope that for the one who cannot catch up, which is actually pretty difficult to catch up with all the panel that already happened, you keep coming back to looking at the video in different language, in the different Facebook page, on the different organization. So finally, I would like to thank you again for all the efforts of all the groups that working together to make MAEW 2020 happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kun Premrudee, for sharing us very highlight of the past 6.5 days. And there's a lot of activities for the 6.5 days, including panel discussion, workshop, documentary film, discussion with the filmmaker, and voice from the local people and the music as well. And today is the end of my emceeing, and I would like to personally thank two MAEW organizers for giving me an opportunity as an MC for the first time. And my MC duty is ended, but my duty as a citizen of the Mekong and ASEAN to watch out issues happening in the regions will never ever end. And in the afternoon, there will be an MC, Kun Ketana Watana Bowon, who will take a whole afternoon sessions, and the afternoon session will be start at 1 p.m. Bangkok, Thailand time. Enjoy your lunch and goodbye.